We'll see if anybody starts popping into the chat. These are the spontaneous ones are always interesting to see just who's randomly
Right.
around
Who's
hanging out.
around?
Yep.
Who has your
Anitha,
notification on is the...
yes. Anitha should be joining us in like 20, 30 minutes, she said.
Oh, perfect.
So I wonder, I don't know if there's a way on Restream if I can see like if anybody is
Oh,
on.
it's popped up on your YouTube, I think. At least it says you're
Cool.
live.
Well, that's good. Positive. It's a good thing I'm figuring this out now.
Okay, there's... Alright, alright.
Oh, there we go. There we got a couple people in. Hello, everybody. Say hi in the chat so we can see who's here. I'm still getting used to Restream. It's a new streaming service, so everybody give me a little bit of grace today as I figure this out.
Oh, there's Derry. Hey, Derry.
Derry, would you like to come in and read with us? Let's see. Hello. Hi, Ulrika. Welcome. Oh, that's right. There's a delay on this. Is there a delay between my face and audio chat? Hello. Welcome. So let me know in the comments as we're kind of getting set up here what you guys are reading. Katie, what are you reading today?
I have been reading a series called Jake's Magical Market.
I saw that. Tell me about
Yeah,
that.
it is. So it's a lit. Well, I don't know that it's lit RPG. Technically, it's like in the progression fantasy world, and it's so
Okay.
funny because it is. I've been having a good time with it. But it feels like it's about 5 books mashed into one, and it's like
It's moving too
whiplash
fast.
of like... Yeah, it definitely. I like the concepts and I like everything that's happened, but I'm just like, man, these things needed to be like more fleshed out. Like this could have been like a
Yeah.
5 to 7 book series, not a trilogy, you know. But I've been having
Yeah.
fun with this. So,
Well, I'm
what are
glad you're
you reading
enjoying
right
it.
now, Tori?
I am finally, oh, I forgot I'm not married. Finally finishing my reread of Dead House Gates because it's time. And I'm annotating, which is helping immensely.
Nice, nice.
So, um, hey, Wizard.
Lots of wind and truths.
I'm not surprised. Yes, Derry is the source for Hob content. Hi, Peter. What's up? What are you reading? Everybody's reading Wind and Truth. I saw it out. I was at Barnes and Noble today, and there was a giant like table full of them in the middle of the aisle. I collect the trade paperbacks though, so I have to wait. Even if I was like really excited to read it, which I'm not there, but I have no idea when the trade paperback is coming out, but it's going to be probably a few months. So, how are you guys liking it so far? Is it worth the wait? Andrew did not like Jake's Magical Market.
That's super fair. I think that the title is somewhat misleading. But I'm someone who likes when things go off the rails and when things like kind of take a wild turn. So like I've been enjoying it, but I just think it could have been more fleshed out in general.
Nice.
But I can
Yeah.
understand why you didn't like it, Wizard.
Wizard has specific tastes. Do you? So you don't have yours either. Are you reading it or are you going to wait or are you going to read it Kindle? Because I know that version came out. Reading The Swarm by Andy Marino. Nasty and mesmerizing. That's an interesting combo. Hey, Matt. What's up? What are you reading? Doing some impromptu reading sprints this afternoon. Mixed on Wind and Truth so far. Can't really say why without spoilers. That's fair. I'm very interested to start hearing everybody's
Yeah, me
thoughts
too.
once they finish. It's one of the
Now that,
benefits of not reading it
yeah,
right away is we kind of just get to like hear
now
what
that I
what the
know
vibes are.
now that I know what Stormlight's actually about, because I just finished the first one. Yeah, I'm excited to hear like the general vibe of what people think.
Hmm. It's been better than Rhythm of War. Great, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Shout out to all of my diehard Rhythm of War fans out there. um, I feel like from my personal point of view, that wasn't a high bar, so hopefully it's way better. I'm gonna wait. I actually haven't read any. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. So you're like coming in completely new to Sanderson. That's awesome.
Nice.
Hopefully you enjoy the archive when you get to it. Emma Lyon, Volume 7, like baby Jane Austen's. Nice. I just bought Emma, like the actual version of Emma at Barnes and Noble today. Um, and I went there to get Persuasion because that's the next Jane Austen I want to get reading. But they didn't have the version that I wanted, so I just bought Emma instead. Hi, Tori, found your channel. Oh, thanks. Hi, Emma. Welcome to my little weird book obsessed corner of the internet. Happy to have you. I'm sorry you're sick. I hope you feel better soon. Binging videos when you're sick is great, but also being sick is not. So, first 50% of Jake's is good and then it goes off the rails, which it sounds like Andrew didn't like and Katie didn't mind.
Yeah, pretty much.
Matt still has not read a Sanderson. You know, that is a dying breed on BookTube. That's a special special badge. There's not a whole lot of those left. Matt loves Persuasion. Yeah, I'm excited to read it. Northanger Abbey, I just finished a couple days ago, and I really enjoyed it. I had so much fun annotating that book, and it was, I can tell, having never read any of her other books, I can tell a few things that make it feel more like a debut novel, for her at least, but I really enjoyed it. There were a few things that I wish she would have fleshed out a little bit more, and there were some like quick shifts at the end that I wasn't really feeling, but I thoroughly enjoyed the experience for the most part. Andrew would like to know how you've been.
Well, I've been pretty good. Pretty good. Life got a little hectic there for a minute, but rolling along, reading lots of. I definitely discovered the genre of progression in lit RPG this year, and so I've read a lot of that in the past few months, so that's kind of what I've been up to. So it's been
Nice.
good.
Yeah, how many books did you say you'd read in the last like 2-3 months here? It's
I read
some
I read
ridiculous number.
10 books of one series in October, plus like 3 of another series. So that was fun.
Nice. Read Persuasion for Evie a couple of months ago. It's marvelous. Yeah, I know she's a big fan of Persuasion, and I'm excited about that one because I feel like I don't know as much about that story. I've seen the live adaptations of it, um, but I kind of wanted to start with some of her books that I wasn't as familiar with the stories because I grew up watching the Pride and Prejudice versions and the Sense and Sensibility. So I'm very familiar with those. So I'm going to read those later, I think. Morning, Kale. How's it going? Hi, Shad. What are you guys reading? Dairy's almost got her tea. Gotta have your
I
tea
should
if you're
make
going
some
to
tea.
read.
That sounds good.
I know it does really sound good. I've been very into hot toddies this last few weeks because it's getting
Ooh,
really
yeah.
cold,
Yeah.
and
It's been
we've
cold
been.
here too.
It's cold. Like it just got the temperature wise, it's not horrible, but the
Mm,
wind chill here is
yeah.
so bad.
I've been bike commuting primarily this year.
Ooh,
I switched to that, and so the 30-degree weather is a little rough. I'm not gonna lie. Like the when you wake up and it's like 25 to 30 degrees in the morning, like get on my bike,
yeah.
like it's a little
Well, and
rough.
especially like because we're not like our bodies are not used to winter yet.
No,
At
not
all.
at all.
So this
Yeah.
first month or so of really cold weather just it's awful.
Yeah, my nose has not been happy. I've had a few bloody noses because of the weather change. It's not fun.
Yep. Which book series you gonna finish? I don't know if that's directed at me or you. I'm trying to
I
think
don't
what
know.
the next book series I'm gonna finish is.
Probably for me, I think the next audiobook I'm gonna read after I finish The Monster, that is Jake's Magical Market 3, is the third First Law book.
And get that one done. Nice.
Last Argument of Kings. So I think that's probably what I'm gonna end up finishing before the end of the year. So
I so look forward to your opinions on that book. I don't know. I'm halfway. Ben and I are halfway through the City Watch, Discworld City Watch by Terry Pratchett. Loving that. Finishing? I don't know. I need to do a video where I actually make myself sit down and figure out what series I'm in the middle of and just
I'm not sure I want to know.
face the
There's
music.
So many. There's so
Yeah.
many. Like I don't know.
There's so many.
Man.
Mistborn Era 1, Elantris and Warbreaker, but Stormlight Imitant. You know what's funny about that? Is if you've read Elantris already, Emma, I actually had a harder time getting into Elantris than I did Stormlight. I feel like Stormlight's easier to read than some of his other stuff.
It's definitely
not hard to read
at all.
It's
I think
it's intimidating because they're huge books, but they're not. They're super accessible.
Each book is like split up into sub books, so you could, in theory, just read book one of book one and
see how you feel about it.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Which I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how long they are. I would say like 400 pages per like sub book. I don't know, something.
Yeah,
400 pages, something like that.
1985 BBC. Are you talking about the Pride and Prejudice? No, that one was in the 90s, right? The BBC TV series was in the 90s. Are you talking about Persuasion or Pride and Prejudice or something else? Solo Leveling, Katie, you should check out.
That.
I read the first 3 volumes last year.
Oh, really? Of that? I didn't know that.
I did, yes.
I
didn't.
Audible is having a huge sale right now, so I bought up a bunch.
Check it out.
Just different, but that's interesting. I'll have to look at that. Always lit RPGs is like, it's such brain candy. Like I don't read it because it's like, the masterpiece of the fantasy genre. It's just so easy to consume, and so when you just need something to kind of zone out a little bit and just enjoy life for a minute, they're great.
Yep. Shad says the only lit RPG I've read is The Wandering Inn.
I definitely want to read that one too. I have not yet, but
I think after I finish Wind and Truth. I'm not used to the acronym for Wind and Truth, and I was like, what is that? Took me a minute. Read Live Ship for the 3rd time this year. Nice. Shad is also reading Wind and Truth. It's been hot in Melbourne. Well, you guys are going into summer now, right? Because we're opposites. Where we're going into winter, you guys are going into summer, so that would make sense. Ontario is drowning in snow right now. I bet. Samar says, Last Argument of Kings is so good. You're totally fine. I have so many friends who love that. I have my own, unpopular opinions. It's fine.
For those of you that liked Last Argument of Kings, did you guys like the second book? Because I did not like the second book at all. Like, I really enjoyed the first book. Thought it was a really great intro.
I think you're gonna like book 3 better. Yeah.
The second book, I was so bored.
Because the second book was my favorite of the 3.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I think you're gonna like the last one.
We'll see.
Last Argument of Kings was great until the end. I agree mostly, Andrew. I agree mostly. Abercrombie and Endings for me has just not been a good relationship at all. Shad loves Elantris. I would like to go back and try it again when I'm not in Sanderson Burnout and just see, because I think I just picked it up at the wrong time, to be honest. But also, there are a lot of people that aren't a big fan of it, so we'll see. I might pick it up again at some point. Honestly, Matt, seeing everybody's pictures, it's because everyone's it doesn't like Dragonsteel or whatever. I don't think it would matter what con it was. It's just everybody's hanging out with all the fantasy nerds and meeting all the authors, and like Petrick is there. I'm so just bummed. Like, I would love to be able to be there and meet everybody. I'm so glad that Petrick got to come. That's awesome. And I saw he got to meet Fonda Lee and Robin Hobb, and I'm not jealous at all. So I would love to meet Fonda Lee.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
I would love to meet Robin Hobb. Like,
I'd love to meet any of
yeah.
them. Would be awesome. Zamar liked the ending.
Interesting.
Really, Wizard? That surprises me a little bit. Kind of. Does it surprise me? Yes. Once you make it through the first 500 pages of The Way of Kings, it's all smooth sailing.
I disagree, but anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Good to know. I loved Elantris the first time through, but my reread was rough because I do not like the female main character.
Mm.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't remember anything about Elantris. If I'm being
I
totally
haven't
honest.
read Elantris, so I don't know. I read Mistborn, Warbreaker, Way of Kings. So.
Yeah. Which one was you liked Mistborn the best out of those?
Mistborn was definitely my favorite. Yeah. I'm gonna continue on with Stormlight just because like I'm curious. Like I don't know. It's such a big series. Like I feel like I have to give it a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
But I was not impressed by Way of Kings. It was just kind of mediocre in my opinion.
That's fair. Tori, did you finish Lightbringer? Yes, I did, Ryan. I'm officially caught up, and Lightbringer was heads and tails above Iron Gold and Dark Age for me. I was very impressed. I can definitely tell that he recentered and kind of reconnected with the series and the characters a little bit between the two because it was a huge difference. So I was thrilled that I had a better experience with it. Still did not beat out the original trilogy though, you guys. I've had so many people tell me Lightbringer is better than the original trilogy. I'm not there. I'm not. It's good. Don't get me wrong. Lightbringer was very good, but Tori, give Novia and Pippin hugs and kisses from me. Katie, give Griff hugs and kisses from me. Those are our cats and dog, if anybody's wondering. Glad to hear that Max is getting better. I saw that he was home. Evie's dog has been sick. Very sick. He was in the hospital. So thank goodness he's home and sounds like he's doing better. Hi, Derry.
Hey, perfect timing. I was literally going to say I haven't heard from Evie yet this morning.
Yeah.
And that's the first comment I see when I arrive. I'm so happy to hear that, Evie.
Better. Yeah. He's eating, and it sounds like now he's yelling at delivery trucks. So we are.
That's a good sign.
That's a very good sign.
That's wonderful. And yes, Evie, I am also incredibly jealous.
I know.
Obviously. But
yep.
Oh, wow.
Me too. I saw the one that did it for me. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love to meet Robin Hobb. That would be an honor. But also, seeing the picture of Petrick meeting Fonda Lee.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, the dream.
Yep. There's so many of those happening, and it's so exciting. There's so many booktubers there. Hi, Anita.
Hi, Anita. Welcome.
So how are you guys?
Good.
Because I haven't spoken
even
to
better
Katie in ages.
I know. Here she is.
I know. I'm alive. I'm real. I exist.
You are real. I was thinking while I was making my cup of tea, I was thinking, I haven't actually spoken to Katie for ages. And the last time I did, you were just heading to somewhere to do your internship. And it's now the end of the year. So how has life been? Like, fill me in.
That was last year.
I'm thinking,
was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh man,
it was a long time ago.
Yeah, last year I went to New Mexico for the summer, spent the summer out there, did my internship, learned a lot, met some cool people. It was really awesome, and I came back and I was able to start grad school. And man, it's been a journey. Like I feel like I have grown like leaps and bounds into a different person, especially professionally, in the past year, and it's just been an incredible journey. So
I'm so proud of you. Well done.
Thank you.
It changes. And Anita went to India. Lots of excitement. I haven't gone anywhere. Have you gone anywhere, Tori?
I went to Kentucky and saw
It's
Katie
always-
this summer.
That's exciting.
At some point, I will make it outside of the U.S. I will absolutely. It's
You're
going
gonna
to
do it.
happen someday. It is going to happen someday because I have so many places I would love to visit. New Zealand being
yeah.
one of them.
Yeah.
I want to get up to Canada and visit because I have so many friends, including Anitha, up in Canada. I would love
You're
to.
so close to Canada too.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, visit Canada, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
It's massive.
there's so many different
Oh, for
provinces.
sure. But you're a lot closer to Canada than I am. Like
It's
Kentucky
true.
is a lot closer.
And
a
I'm
lot
trying to
further away.
remember, Anitha, like which direction
which end are
I
you
would
on?
go. if I
Right.
was- go
Right.
right.
East.
You're on that end.
East.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah. So, says the great. Is it okay? Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it. The Great Wa. Am I saying that correctly?
That
Grad
sounds about
school
right.
is always hard and busy. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I'd agree. It's very hard, but it's also just the most rewarding thing I've ever done. I think
Oh,
if you're
seriously.
I think if you're
So
in
proud.
if you're in a field that you truly love, yeah, it's hard and some days you want to quit, but if you really are doing something that you love every day, like it could be a lot worse, you know?
True story.
Very true.
Hi, Carol. Hi, Stepan.
Yeah.
Cat's in the chat.
Oh, Peter wants to come to New Zealand. Yay.
Oh my goodness, I would love. So my son's 12th birthday was yesterday.
Oh, you did the marathon.
We did.
Oh,
Oh,
how was the marathon? Oh,
you guys. So my son is 12, and this was his first time watching the extended, the only versions of Lord of the Rings, because we are true fans in this house. And it was so much fun. My parents watched my two younger daughters,
awesome.
and we ate ice cream and ate hot dogs and sat on the couch under blankets and just binged all three
love
of the
that.
movies. And
That sounds
he,
amazing.
Ben and I, the entire time,
Just
like we were
him.
watching the movie like half the time, and the other half of the time we were like watching him because he was so, and he's a pretty like, he's a preteen, he's a pretty analytical kid, so he's not super expressive all the time. And also he's a 12-year-old boy. So,
Yeah.
and so just watching his face through the and he'd lean forward and then his eyes would get really big and then he just was grinning his head off whenever Gimli said anything.
Oh, I love that.
He just had a great time. It was so fun. It was so much fun.
Oh, that
Yeah.
just sounds like the
You know,
best
first
day
time,
ever.
first time watching Gimli and Legolas competing who kill people,
One.
especially at in the final battle. It's such a fun, actually.
It's so much
That
fun. And
one, such an amazing feeling we get.
yeah,
It's
and
just the
Tristan,
right amount of lightness in such
It
that,
is.
and that real heaviness of what's at stake. And
yeah, and he's very much in his like sarcastic wit and trying to be humorous all the time era. So Gimli was his favorite character,
awesome.
and I love that for him. That's amazing. So we had such a good time.
Cool. Kat's just said she's never seen the extended editions.
I'll
I'll tell you what, the only reason that the extended editions weren't the theatrical editions comes purely down to the fact that they couldn't get 3 individual screenings in one day at a theatre. That's the only reason. Nothing got cut because it wasn't relevant. Nothing got cut for production reasons. It literally came down to they had to bring the minutes down so that theatres around the world could get 3 sessions a day out of each film.
And
so watching the extended editions
so
feels
good.
amazing.
They're so good. I will never watch the regular version again.
No. So, there's like sometimes you get the theatrical edition and you get the director's cut and the extended, and you can see there are reasons why things have been taken out. And you just can't. When you watch the extended edition of Lord of the Rings, you're like, why was this not in the movie?
Mm-hmm.
And literally running time. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
They're so
good.
immensely long.
Katie and I did say what we were reading, but Derry, what are you reading?
I'm about to start finally Kings of the Wild.
Ooh,
I have
that's
promised
fun.
Josh so many times that I'm going to start. I'm actually going to start today.
I think you're really going to like it. It's very good. It's very good.
Yeah, and again, Josh sent this to me for my birthday, not this year, last year, so I feel terrible it's taking me this long, because I'm like, no, I actually do want to read it, but I've never been in the right kind of, I have the time and the energy and the capacity, and I'm like, no, I'm going to read it before the end of this year, so I'm going to.
That's awesome. I need to reread that at some point. That's a really good. There were a few things that I had nitpicky about it, but overall, I think it's a pretty
That
awesome
was
romp.
very popular a couple of years back in BookTube.
Yeah.
Actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, Anitha, what are you reading, or what are you going to pretend to read?
It's almost like you know, Anita.
Don't be
Oh,
mean.
hello, Kaya.
I love you.
Okay, I am reading Belly of the Bow, Fence Trilogy Book 2.
Ooh.
Apparently, I am using my tabs as bookmark.
Tabs, we love to see it.
Yeah. So, I'm 100 pages into it, but today I have to read. I
Yeah.
have to read at least minimum
do it.
50 pages. 50 pages.
We will guilt
That is
trip
my
you
goal.
into reading 50
We will.
pages.
Thank you.
got it.
I
That's
am
nothing, you
giving
got
you all
it.
permission to put pressure on me to check on me how
Okay.
I mean how many pages I read.
You think we need permission?
I mean,
Oh,
not at the end of each sprint. You can ask me at the end of the day or night.
yeah. Okay. And the Great War, obviously, the answer is Ship of Magic. I mean, obviously. Tori will give you an opposing opinion.
I will.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ha.
She's a heavy.
Mm.
It's a heavy series, and more women than men struggle with live ships because of
Great,
the
ma'am.
themes of it.
What are
But
your
yeah,
favorite books? What kind of books do you usually
Yeah.
enjoy?
Or like, what mood are you in right now?
Yeah.
Because I think
actually,
that
that's a
would
good
make it.
question.
Yeah.
You have to
'cause
be ready for live ships.
Like
If-
if you want something like fun and kind of action filled, I would say Mistborn. If you want something more like a little heavy, I would say, or like
Like, if you're
intense, I would
not
say Ship of Magic.
in the most positive mood you've ever been in your life, don't
Yeah.
start Ship of Magic.
Yeah.
Evie's in
All
the
four
headspace
are
to
like
read.
very different books.
Love it. Yeah. Nice.
I am happy for you, Evie, that you got out of that, mood. But I am worried that you are starting Belly of the Bow. Now you'll overtake me. I can't.
You said you were starting. I mean, come on.
Hello, 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 everybody. Got a bunch of new people jumping in. Hello, hello, hello. Also, if you're watching and you're a new subscriber, because I've had a lot of those this last month, hello, I'm Tori.
Yay.
Welcome. I hope you enjoy joining us. Feel free to pull up your favorite comfy chair and beverage and grab a book or get some productivity things done. We like doing reading sprints on this channel.
Also, chat, what are you reading? And Tori and Katie, I missed what you are reading. So, do you mind showing it to me again?
Not at all.
I know, I forgot.
And then for me, if you can see it.
Oh, I
called-
just saw that cover in Goodreads. Somebody updated
It's
it that they're reading. Is
Probably
it
me.
you?
Probably Katie.
It's probably me. Yeah, Jake's Magical Market 3. So, and it
Okay.
is
Hey,
the
Dan.
audiobook. I think is like 40 hours long. It's really long. So
Zin, because I knew you were vacuum sealing stuff and just intentionally
Wanted to put the
waited.
pressure on.
Yes,
Hey,
absolutely.
by the way, I just received a book mail, my first book outlet package. Do you,
Yes.
I usually don't do, I usually
That's
don't do book
exciting.
hauls, but we can do live book
let's
unboxing.
Loved
do
it.
it.
Live unboxing. Let's go.
Yay.
Okay.
I have to agree with Zero Zaku while you're unwrapping that Ship of Magic slapped you and the Ship of Destiny was like, yeah, it's hard.
I loved the middle
it's
one.
hard.
I
Oh, the Mad Ship is glorious. I adore.
Mad
I
Ship is incredible.
Mad Ship is
Paragon.
my
He is-
favorite live ship
oh.
book. Only.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I still
struggled
need
with
to
the other
read-
two.
Yeah.
I need to read Ship of Destiny. I haven't finished it yet, but I read Mad Ship August.
Okay,
September,
guys,
something like
this
that.
is
Loved
so
it.
tough to open.
But yeah, no, and Live Ships is a confronting read. And if you're not ready for that, it can be a shock. And yeah.
I think that was part of my problem is I didn't I don't
I
think
didn't
I was
clearly.
prepared.
Yeah, I didn't
Also,
clearly
I would
pass
also
on
say
the
that if
difficulties.
Actually,
you
I know I have to give you, sorry, Katie, for interrupting. I
you're
know I
good,
need to
you're
give you content warnings, but I did not anticipate that to give you in first book, actually.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would also say like if you're not in the mood for something slow, I would say getting into Ship of Magic is kind of hard because the
It's
first
very
half is
slow.
pretty slow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
very
there's a lot
Okay.
of setup.
I need to get a knife or something. I cannot open this stupid
I got one.
box.
You need it?
just
Oh.
hand through the screen.
Well, I will hold you to it, Dan. So you should be really wary of saying things
I'm
like
Yeah.
that
going
on
on
live
mute
streams
so
that
that
I'm in.
don't get any.
That's a hot take, Andrew. Goodness me.
Awesome.
Although, let's be fair,
Yes.
your hob takes are all very hot.
Andrew,
So
I completely agree with you. Farseer is very, very superior. I mean, far superior to live ships.
They're so different. Like I don't
no.
know that I
They
can.
are. Yeah.
Farsi and
I'm
Live Ship are so different. Like
one of the things I'm very excited.
Andrew and I connected with the realm of Elderling stakes actually. We only differ when it comes to Rainwells because Rainwells is my favorite just beside Farship.
Yeah, I love Ranwild. It's really zooming its way up the rankings.
Um
Maybe it's a
I
good thing she doesn't have a knife handy, Evie.
am actually really excited to get to Tawny Man. I have an optimism that
Yeah.
I'm going to really enjoy Tawny Man.
I'm
How
actually
long
getting to talk to Shaz tomorrow about
Ooh,
20 Man. He
fun.
finished that a month or
How
so ago.
Tori, how long ago did you read Farseer? I feel like it was a long time ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I wonder
Been
if
a
like
while.
I wonder if your taste of like a little shifted a little bit. So I wonder if it'll like the
Maybe.
experience will be.
I'm gonna need to like zip through a spark notes or something about what I left, like what
Yeah.
happened at
That's
the
okay.
end.
I'll just private chat to you later. I'm just
Perfect.
like, this
Well,
is
there
what you
you go.
need to go into 20
Dairy's
Man.
your living, breathing sparks notes for.
Absolutely.
Damn straight.
Everyone go subscribe to Gary's channel. I actually think, can I'm not sure how to do this in Restream. I'm trying to figure out how to add. I think I can do
It's
it on
all good.
YouTube actually.
The
Oh no, it's
the end of
happening.
Farseer, Assassin's
By the
Quest
way,
was such an
Evie,
interesting
my
book
violence is
because
only
it's
hit
like.
words, actions, nothing.
Oh, your sound just went very strange, Anita. What were you saying, Katie?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, Assassin's Quest was such an interesting book because it felt like on paper it would be a book that I didn't like, but then I read it and loved it, and I'm like, why?
I
don't
remember
know.
when you said that in Discord, and I was
Yeah.
like, yes, that
I
is so
loved it though,
exciting.
but like
Because
on paper,
again,
like
on
it,
paper,
yeah,
like,
you're like these people
so
walk
yeah.
around in the woods for 800 pages.
Oh yeah, and snow, and we'll drink tea, and yeah.
Yeah, that's like,
But if you're into that really
yeah,
deep character kind of
yeah.
intimate, just being in
It,
with this group of people, it just
yeah, there's another book I've never heard anyone else talk about it. It's a book I read when I was
Nice.
younger. It's called A Cast of Stones, and it reminds me a lot of that book.
Writing it down. Okay, well obviously I'm writing that
This
down.
guy,
Do you
they
remember
just
who
go
it's
on a
by?
journey. Patrick Carr, I think. Patrick and then Carr, I think. I don't know. A Cast of Stones. I don't know
I'm
if
sorry,
anyone else
but
will like it.
I read this as Raisin Wild Chronicles, and it just made me really happy. So
It does say Raisin
Okay,
Wild.
I opened.
It
Now
does.
unboxing on.
that's awesome.
All right.
Okay, Anita, what'd you get? Here, hold on.
First one is
Let me
Was that
see.
Piranesi?
Oh,
Madeleine Miller's this short story Galatia.
Galatia.
there we
There
go.
we go.
How many pages is this stupid
That's
book?
not very many. Don't you start that one first. Amy will give you so much grief if you read that one instead.
It's 56 pages.
Peter, Fool's Errand would be the best book in the series of Fool's
And
Assassins.
next one is Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin.
Lots of
Ah,
people have
I
been
wish
talking about that lately.
I wish K Fox is here too, and Pete can be here. He's a dragon still, but K Fox would be very happy to see this.
Yeah.
And next one is another Ursula K. Le Guin's. The word for world is forest.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't remember if you've read any Ursula Le Guin. Have
I
you?
read Earthsea first 4 books.
Oh, yeah.
Next one is Evie's favorite, Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Maria Machado, her short story collection. I read her, what is that? Memoir, actually, I really liked it. One of my favorites.
Nice.
And this is KJ Parker's novella, Pulling Off the Wings of Angels.
Ooh.
KJ Parker's books are almost impossible to get in New Zealand.
Yeah.
It is
Really?
crazy.
You won't believe me. For
Oh.
that, for just KJ Parker's novella and Ursula K. Le Guin's Word for World is Forest, I added everything else in cart to get free shipping. That's it.
Well, you have to. I mean, you might as well.
If you're going to
Yeah.
spend the money, you may as well get book value for it, not just shipping. So
And this is non-fiction. This is Unwell Woman, Misdiagnosis and Myth in a Man-Made World. It is similar to that
I've heard
Invisible
about
I
that.
would
Woman,
like to read
where
that one.
Yeah.
yeah. Next one is Kindred graphic novel. Octavia
Ooh,
Butler
I
Kindred
didn't know that
graphic
was a
novel.
thing.
Nice.
That's it.
That's exciting.
That's a good haul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very happy with the haul.
Nice.
Exciting. And yeah, Peter, you're right to say that Fool's Errand would be the best if Fool's Assassin didn't exist. It's still my favourite one because it just is.
I love how the last two trilogies, like I don't even know what book goes with what trilogy because they're all like Fool, Assassin, Quest. Like I don't know. Like they're all just.
Xin, I saw your comment. All my Realm of Elderlings opinions are, very, very unpopular. Very, people don't understand because my favorite are Farseer and Rainwales, and I love Tawny Man as well, as much as Rainwales maybe.
I'll be right back.
But more popular Live Ships and Fizz and the Fool are my least
I
popular.
tell you what I'm finding the longer I've been on BookTube is that Live Ships is almost everybody's favourite in their first read, and it slowly drops as they reread because the bulk of the meaning of it you get in that first read. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, that hit me hard. Rainwilds and Farseer both slowly climb up as people reread and really get the value out of them.
See, guys,
It's really interesting.
What you take from this is I am more smart. The things I see in reread, I see first time itself. I'm just kidding.
No, but you were more willing to go into Rainwilds with that open mind. I mean, I did a lot of work, in that particular read along to make sure that you went in knowing what you were going to get, so you were ready for that change. And yeah, it clearly worked really well.
So,
I'm really.
You guys are gonna laugh.
Rainwild.
But look what just showed up.
Woo! Another unboxing.
Nice.
What an awesome morning I'm having.
So this is
You're
my
wrong,
book outlet
Andrew.
box. There we were clearly noticing the same sale.
I love it.
And I also got my bullet journal.
Oh, that's exciting.
Oh, fun.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So we're just doing, this is an unboxing sprinting session. Sorry, guys. Nobody
I
wanted to
didn't
actually
order
read.
anything.
Yeah. What is reading?
Damn it.
Ugh, these boxes suck. Hold on.
Okay, you guys saw me struggle. Now Tori's turn to struggle.
Nah,
But
she's just
he
using
did
brute
faster
force.
than me.
Yeah, I don't need a knife though. I'm a
That
barbarian. Yep. Okay.
You guys love Farseer. Try The Curse
So-
of Shalian by
Yes.
Lois Bujold.
That is
Um,
happening for me next year.
Zero
I'm
Jack.
reading it.
I'm sorry, I can't pronounce Zero Jaku. Anyway,
Zero Jack.
Tori and I are planning to read that next year.
Hi.
Um,
Unboxing skills. Well, that speaks to me.
Nice.
I only read book one.
I need to sharpen my axe. It's not actually very sharp, unfortunately.
All because of no
Hey, I've
readathons.
got a hint. Sorry, I'm the queen of hacks. You know when you get foil or baking paper and they've got that little bit of serrated edge on the box?
Oh yeah.
Add that to your axe
Oh, good idea. Yeah, I like that.
because that's really flexible and
DIY axe sharpening.
There we go.
Okay, so I got Color of Magic
Ooh.
because they
I
had
believe you on
I
the
like that
title.
these versions.
Well,
I
that's
love. I'm
okay.
trying to collect.
It can
all of
only get
these.
better from there.
I'm actually excited about it because this is the Rincewind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
You do
I liked it.
he
and like
showed
it.
up in what Feet of Clay, I think, in
Um,
Discworld. Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Trying to think.
He did. And he was adorable and I liked him. So I'm looking forward to reading Rincewind. And also, this is a Christmas gift for my mom. And I'm showing you guys because she will never watch my live streams, which is fine.
Called out.
Not in a bad way, but she's. So I bought her these fancy editions of
Oh, that's
the
pretty.
Jane Austen novels for
Oh, very
Nice.
pretty.
because she's a huge Jane Austen fan, but she hasn't read
I
many of
saw all of those actually, what you're saying, but I did not add to my cart because most of my Jane Austen novels are in India. Here I have that one, what is that, single collection of
Yeah.
her all
Mm,
books. So
yep.
I did not get them. But they're
Yeah.
they look very good actually.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
very pretty. So here's Sense
Yeah.
and Sensibility, Persuasion.
I mean, for people who are starting with the Color of Magic and enjoyed it, that's great because it only gets better. My thing is people who don't know they're the weakest go,
yeah, Discworld
and then
sucks.
don't come back, and we lose them.
I love this
Oh,
one.
those are so pretty.
Aren't they?
Those are
Yeah,
very
so
pretty.
that's her part of her Christmas present. And then also I ordered her a bullet journal to try because my mom doesn't know how to sit down and take care of herself. And
It's
so
hard.
I'm going to do some bullet journaling days with her and get her to just kind of sit down and creatively express a little bit. And so
I should do it. I haven't used my journal for a while.
I bought her this really pretty hummingbird
Oh, that is
bullet
pretty.
journal. And then this is the one that I'll
Your
be
one.
using with her.
Nice.
So we have matching ones. But the one that I'm very excited is my reading bullet journal, which I wasn't supposed to get till Monday.
Oh, and it came early.
It came today.
Best
And I'm
thing
so
ever.
excited about it because it's really cool. So this is where I
Emma,
have to.
the audio of Discworld, since they've redone them all, is so good. Peter
Are they?
Serafinowicz does the voice of Death, and
He's so
he
good.
is better. And it sounds like heresy. I know. I'm sorry, but he's better than Christopher Lee doing the voice of Death.
What do you listen to them on? Just curious.
Just on Audible.
Guys,
on-
artwork in this Kindred
Yeah.
graphic novel is so good.
Oh, look at that! That's so pretty.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's very pretty actually.
Oh, Weird Sisters, yes.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, it's in like a box, you guys. Look at this.
Oh my God, that's your reading journal? I am
Well,
already so
that's-
jealous.
That's the box
Oh,
for
I
my
am
reading journal.
already
apparently.
jealous.
I didn't know it had a box.
Oh
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Okay.
my goodness.
So this is my first time using a square size bullet journal.
Yeah, I've never seen.
And I
a
already love that
square
idea.
one.
Okay, so here's the box. Wow, this is like insanely well packaged. Hold on. It's so pretty.
Ooh.
So it's got a
Raven?
raven sitting on a stack of books.
Nice. I
Um,
did sin, and I know it's heresy. I understand the shock and horror.
and I don't know how well you guys
No,
probably
we're
can't
just
see
You
it.
getting
have to
Oh,
change
yes.
the layout and put your
Oh,
image
pretty.
in the center.
There we go.
Yeah.
So it's got this
Oh,
really
they're so
pretty. Yeah.
It's so pretty.
I'm so excited, you guys. I can't wait.
I am getting tempted to start a journal, but no, don't get tempted, Anita. First, start using spreadsheet. That's the bare minimum.
There's
I have a
something
spreadsheet. Oh, and
something
Goodreads.
about writing stuff down by hand though. Like I carry around this little guy and
Yep,
I
this
just
is
write
so
all kinds of stuff in it. Love it.
I always have.
Yeah, I
always
always
a
have
notebook, and I
notebooks.
have for years, and just randomly write shit in it.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Every now and then,
this
if
is
it's
my-
important, it gets
Yeah.
moved to an actual journal.
Right, yeah, this
I
is
have
like
to
my
have one.
brain dump. Like I'm walking
Yeah.
around doing something, staying on my nightstand. You know, everywhere I go, this thing goes. Where if I have a random idea in the middle of the day, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get that out of my head, it goes here.
Yep.
And then I have it, and I can put it, wherever. Huge fan of that.
Yeah, and I randomly write, like I wrote in here this morning, remember to put in my Facebook thing, not Facebook thing, YouTube thing that I'm going live to talk to Chaz tomorrow. And then we had sprints. I'm like, oh, just say it there. So
Hold on. Let's see. I'm still getting used to Restream. I'm trying to get back to my. Oh, there it is. So when I said that, I realized that probably didn't paint my mother in a very positive light. What I mean is, like, she watches
has
my
a life
channel.
and does stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like she's very busy getting ready for a leadership coaching thing for tomorrow. So,
Fair enough.
yeah, she.
Are you
plus that's
building Anita a spreadsheet, Evie? How exciting.
I think
Evie's spreadsheet is really cool.
I believe
Yes.
that. Mine's super simple.
She tries to, but I don't
Nice.
cooperate.
So Emma, please listen to the new audiobook
good.
editions because they are, and I don't know which one you're going to start with, but Derry
I'm
is
checking that out too.
Derry can
They're really
definitely
good.
chime in. I have been absolutely loving the City Watch.
And I love the
series.
witches.
Is it
So-
who's the narrator? Is it Colin Morgan?
They change for the sub series.
John
So-
Culshaw
is
is the
that
City
the-
Watch.
Like, do you
That
know if
looks
that's
about
the
right.
cover?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I
It should have
usually,
multiple narrators. You should
Yes.
have a name and then
And
Peter
Peter
Serafinowicz
Serafinowicz.
and Bill
Yeah.
Nye. Because
Yes.
Peter
I'm
Serafinowicz
not
does
a
death
huge-
across the series.
I've learned that like when a book is narrated by multiple people, like I would just prefer
It's
one
only-
narrator who
there's-
does the.
Only the death character is done by Peter Serafinowicz, and he voices death across the whole of Discworld.
Yeah.
Bill Nye, he does the footnotes, so you
Oh,
know
yeah, it was
because it's a
released in
different voice
2022. That's definitely
So it's
that it's
not
separate to the story, but the
multiple
story
narrators.
is
Yeah,
one
it's-
person for
Yeah.
the
Okay.
sub series.
although
I definitely discovered this year that like I'm just an audio person. I didn't think I was, but I don't know. It just really hit me this year, and so I almost not quite exclusively, but most of my reading is done on audio anymore. So
Okay, cut me off
I'll
very
definitely
quickly,
have
Tori,
to-
or I won't shut up.
yeah.
Have you read Dungeon Crawler Carl, Katie?
Oh yeah. I've read all of them. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
I have not. Well, I have not read the newest release because
Oh,
I'm waiting
thank
for
you.
the
Waiting for the audio. So many people.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I have to
Yeah,
know.
You read it?
But I have read it, and those are the voices that I hear.
That's
Like
fair,
I'm
yeah.
getting that intonation and I'm getting that cadence. So, but I'm still going to get the audio the minute it comes out because they're amazing.
I think
Yeah,
Evie,
absolutely.
it helps that I've done a bullet journal on and off for the last couple of years, a bullet journal since 2022. So I'm like actually committing this year. But also what I'm planning on doing is I've already sat down and made a list of what spreads I want to make in the beginning
Nice.
so that when I go in to actually put the designs and the stuff on the actual notebook, it's not going to just be, oh, I wonder what I'm doing with this page. And I think that's really going to help.
I don't have a favorite, Peter, because it sounds, I'm me, which means when I'm in it, and I binged on repeat
Oh no.
for like 6 weeks. So that's all one story for me, and I just love all of it. It's so amazing.
I definitely have. Yeah, I also agree that the only one that really sticks out in my mind with that is the train book. The train book is its own thing.
Yeah, because
in
it does
my-
have its own vibe. Yep,
Yeah.
you're quite right.
But the rest of them are pretty. Well, I guess that and the bubbles. The bubbles one too is kind of its own thing. But
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the settings in each book are different, but the vibe of them are all the same. And I just got so more and more invested. And I was with Carl all the way going, you will not break me. I was like, oh, I'm so here for this.
And then there's the AI. Oh,
I love the AI. Oh my God. I'm going to have to be
That's-
so into
some-
DMs when the last book hits audio because,
some of the
oh my God, I
funniest scenes. Some of the funniest scenes are just like come out of nowhere. You're like, I should not think this is funny, but like I can't help it.
I'm going
Like,
to hell.
It's like, yeah, it's so bad.
I'm going to hell.
It's just so funny.
Kind of a outside my norm. Sorry, going briefly back to the book outlet haul. Outside my norm pick that I grabbed off of Book Outlet. My last one in the box is called Clear by Karis Davies. This is the story. It's a lit fic about a gentleman who's kind of down on his luck, doesn't have a lot of money, and he takes a job going to this remote island to basically tell the owner of the land there that he's being removed off his property.
Right.
And he has an accident and nearly falls to his death and is brought into this man's home that he was supposed to tell that he's evicted. And it's very short, but the
Hmm.
synopsis just sounded really. I like very human stories, and this one just really struck me as something that I think is going to be like very thought provoking. So I'm excited about that one. But
Interesting.
Very nice.
Here, Pippin.
I did like in the sixth Carl book that we got a bit of family stuff from Carl in the sixth book, because we actually met his dad, and that was
Yeah, that was
personally
definitely
upsetting.
that whole section was definitely a really powerful scene in
Yeah.
that, for sure.
Because by book 6 we're getting into actual really deep storytelling and good storytelling, where it's not just gags every few minutes making you laugh.
Yeah.
And
Although
seriously, if anyone here hasn't read or listened to
Yeah.
Carl, you really make some time.
Let's get
The first book
into
is
it, yeah.
easy, and yeah.
It does have some gratuitous
Hey!
humor in it, but you
Pippin.
know.
Hey, Pippin.
Here's Pippin.
It's like,
What a good
why am I
boy.
on camera, Mum?
He's like, Mom, I wanted to go out of the bedroom and you hauled me back
Brought me
in
further
here.
in.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Look at the face. The
doesn't
exasperation.
This is what long suffering looks like.
Yeah. Oh, for heaven's sake. That's
Thank
okay.
you for
Mopsy looks
putting
at
in
me like
effort.
that too.
I appreciate you.
And
I
how's
will
Griffin?
say, Griffin's phenomenal. He's a very good boy. You know, he's turned 3.
Of course he is.
He's for anyone
Oh,
who doesn't
he's
know
getting
Griffin.
grown up.
Griffin is my 90-pound Labrador, and he's finally calming down just a little bit. So it's awesome.
That is awesome. That's so cool.
Thanks for hanging out with us, Kat. Whoops. Have a good sleep.
Yeah. Good night, Kat. And we have Tanya here. So
Hi,
hello.
Tanya. All right. Well, we should actually sprint.
Actually, read. Wow, what a comeback.
Do we have to?
Yes, Anita.
Well, that was kind of the point.
No, Anita, you have to read the
But I
same
found my
page
nanny
over
og
and
bookmark.
over.
Just in time. We have Evie.
Max!
It's Max.
Oh,
Hey,
We missed
buddy.
you, Max. We missed you.
I've been rooting for
What
you,
the
buddy.
hell? Hey, buddy.
He's such a good boy. I've never
Love
been
that.
so excited to have him,
Oh,
Look at his
tail.
tail wagging.
freaking out about delivery trucks. I know, look at that tail wag.
Oh.
TMI, his butt's a lot sore, so we're
Oh.
monitoring his butt.
But he's home, and let's
That's part
face
of
it,
being a
that's the
dog,
best
though,
news.
right? Yeah.
And
You
he's
know,
I'm
there
so
is.
bowing down.
I can tell you there is a significant change in Evie's face actually.
There really is.
Today and yesterday I spoke to her. I was like, day before yesterday, I think we did.
It's so stressful when your babies are away from you,
Yeah,
and
it's hard.
Yeah.
you know, Max is
Especially
important.
when they're not well, you know. And
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
hard.
So, but yes,
Well,
I found
we-
my nanny bookmark,
Nice.
Nice.
because she has literally got a tankard in one hand, a pipe in the other, and dancing with red boots on the table.
Love it.
That's my kind of witch.
I can see that, Derry. I can see that.
So yeah, I've been looking for it for ages, and of course, it's in the book that I've been meaning to read for ages. So
There you go.
So I am thinking we'll go until the half hour. Does that sound
Sounds
okay to
good.
everybody?
It's
Okay.
perfect.
oh, a map!
Um,
Yay! Sorry.
um,
Evie, are you going to start Belly of the Bow?
I am
No.
literally just gonna start it.
the exasperation there. Um,
Oh,
also, for everybody who's watching, down in the description box are links to all of these lovely people's channels, except for Katie, because she still does not have a booktube channel, which is
It's a
unforgivable. I'm
large
kidding.
time commitment.
but that's
alright?
okay, because you can put the Discord in the thing, and
Yes.
Katie is on Discord.
Katie is
There you
in
go.
several
Come
Discords.
chat with me on mini Discords.
So
Just
yeah,
don't
go
mind.
subscribe to everybody's channels and let's read.
Yay!
Damn it. Okay.
Language, Anita.
Fine. Psst, 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 psst.
We're just trying to figure out dinner, so I'll be on mute.
Sounds good. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Hello.
Jen
seem-
joined us.
You're getting real-time first-time reads with me. I've hit page 45 and my brain went, stop. Just stop, or I'm going to make you sleep. Because new. And so now I have to drink some cola because sugar and caffeine will wake me back up again, but I'll have to leave that until a couple of hours before picking it up again.
Did you enjoy the first 40 pages?
I did.
Good.
I did. I'm like, okay, we're off to a good start.
Awesome.
And I've got a sense of where we are in the world because map. We like a map.
We love a map.
I think that is a Derry kind of book. I mean, I
Mm.
haven't read it, but
Yeah,
what
can
I
see
heard
her
about it,
enjoying
yeah.
Yep. I can see myself enjoying it. Again, it's just that new read thing that my brain goes, oh, this is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've taken notes so I can help myself remember things. And
It always hits me the hardest with Malazan. Malazan's so hard to start. It's just like,
There's so like I'm annotating this and I feel like I should have bought at least 3 or 4 more tab things.
Oh, really?
This one. Like there's so much here. I could underline half the book. And like
well, see, and it's my
Hardest-
first time read through, so I'm just trying to read it because I'm just like, I have no idea what's going on. I don't understand about half of this, so we're just.
yeah. Well, and it's hard because some of the stuff that happens in Dead House like is tied to things that happen in other books.
It's
okay.
House of
Come
Chains is the one that
after
picks
it.
up. I was gonna say it goes Dead Houses is like connects with House of Chains, right? And then
Yep.
Garden
Yeah,
Union
I
connects
mean,
with Memories Rise.
When
right?
people say there aren't any of the same characters between book 1 and 2, clearly that's not completely true because there are
But
a couple of
mostly,
through lines, but
yeah.
mostly, yeah, and it's on a different continent. So yeah,
Good old
So
it's
you already have one big barrel of new information, and oh, hang on, now we need another big barrel of new information.
it's so good, you guys. Though I haven't read this in 12 years, and I have
Wow.
said it's my favorite fantasy book for that entire time, and I'm rereading it, and I'm like, this is why. Like I completely, and
What
it's
a
going to be
relief.
even better on a reread.
Yeah, I'm through the first half, so I'm also in the middle of Dead House Gates. It's just for those of you who read Malazan, like I think we all know, like it's hard to. Malazan is not a mood read. It's not something that like if your
No,
brain's
I think
feeling
you have to be
foggy
ready
or
for it.
yeah. And so I've read half of it, and I really enjoyed the first half. I'm just
Nice.
waiting, hopefully by the end of the year, finish it up. So that's the goal.
Oh, I thought you're also in Dead House Gates only. I did not realize you already read half of it.
Yeah, I've read half of Dead House Gates. Yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah.
Nice.
I'm on page like 500 of the mass market, something like that. So
Nice.
But you just got into it then.
Yeah,
yeah, just
Those things are
started, you know.
beasts.
they are. Doug is here and reading Alex Varys up to number 5.
I've been told so many times I will like that because of the similarity in tone to Dresden. So
Oh,
I
sure.
do
Yeah,
intend. I didn't know it was free on Audible Plus though. That's going to speed up my
there
getting
you
there.
go. John reading Alice in Borderland and 1 and 2 of 5 do not read. Yeah, so I'm so sorry, John, because I feel that the Alice in Borderland mangas,
They look good.
they're beautiful. The covers are amazing. The TV show on Netflix is fantastic, and that is how I recommend people experience the story, because the amount of male gaziness and objectification in the mangas is like just so over. It's so much. It's so much.
Which
and
is
in
funny, seeing we've just mentioned Dresden.
Well, no, but it's like, having not read Dresden, but it's every single frame where
okay,
there's a
no.
female character, every single one. Whereas in the show, the female characters actually have personalities and are really
Oh,
cool and
what a
awesome.
Great new
concept.
people.
So I highly recommend anyone who is interested in Alice in Borderland, which is an amazing story, by the way. Please watch the Netflix show because it's really good. It's really well
Alrighty.
done. Great acting, great character work, and leagues better than the manga.
Well, that's
That's
good to
how
know.
an adaptation should be actually. I'm not sure if you have known this channel Clockwork Reader. She recently did a deep dive into Avatar, the Last Airbender adaptation.
Uh-huh.
So one of her main I mean, she mentioned many points, but one of the main things she did was mentioning the show. What they did was take away Katara's agency and even Suki's agency, like in books and even animation show where those characters have a lot of agency, and the recent one took everything, entire agency actually. She compared, and that was a great video actually.
Yeah, sometimes adaptations are awesome, and sometimes they're really not.
It's awesome when we start talking about adaptations, where the ones that tend to be really loved often aren't true adaptations, in terms of, what does AP call it?
Like the
The
purism.
purity to the
Yeah.
balance with the text.
Yep.
But the good adaptations go, what was it trying to make you feel?
Right.
And somehow those are the ones that work, because you've literally did this yesterday with Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
When you read Lord of the Rings, there's a big difference between the book and the movie, but
Yeah.
the feeling,
Is there?
that sense of epicness and scale, it's so there.
Yeah.
The beauty of each culture, so there.
Yeah.
And the power inherent in elves, all of those things that you read in the book, and it's very detailed and
Love a high elf.
very, it's, and yet the movie gives you that
Yeah.
completely differently. And yet it's one of the most loved adaptations.
Well, and so one of my favorite series of all time, speaking of manga, is Rurouni Kenshin. Redacted author, we're not talking about him.
Okay.
But the series is incredible and based on a historical figure from Japan. And the live adaptations that were done of that series are some of the best. They are my gold standard for adaptations. They are absolutely incredible.
Yep.
And I think with manga too, it's such a balance, because we've seen adaptations in manga that have been, you can't perfectly copy a manga in a live adaptation because it looks ridiculous, right? It doesn't work in that medium. So finding the balance between keeping the heart of the characters, making them recognizable, but also making them, you're bringing them into a more
to tone it down
realism. Right.
Without losing what that tone was highlighting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome.
Nice.
Should we go around briefly and remind everyone what we were reading?
Yeah.
Dead House Gates.
Into the Wild.
The Wild.
Jake's Magical Market 3.
Nice.
Nathan and I are reading the same thing, Belly of the Bow.
Nice. How far did you
These
get?
are just not look impressed.
I've literally read 6.5 pages.
Okay, I will not ask you what you think of it yet.
I mean,
it's okay, because
it's
Max
good.
loves.
So it's interesting the way it starts.
Anita, did you actually read?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Everyone give a round of applause to Anita.
I am making progress 1 page at a time.
That's
well done.
That's exactly how to do it.
Yes.
Hey, Brian.
And because this is what I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be so annoying about it, but it's fine. Max scarfed down his food today.
Yay!
For dinner. So
that's good.
Spot all of the fur baby lovers.
Sorry, I have heard that.
Fur babies. People who have them, we get it.
We have a decision.
Absolutely.
Great Law is starting Ship of Magic. Oh,
that's why I did the big cheers earlier. I was like, yay!
Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy it. Great one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen you on Discord as well as very newly arrived on my channel. Tell me in Discord. Share your thoughts. I love to know.
Dresden Book 5.
Again, very exciting. Big fan of Dresden.
Didn't like Varys number 1 is because it felt like I'm assuming, copy of Dresden, not so much in later volumes.
Nice.
Nice.
Hey,
This
Shad.
is very true, Aslan. Very, very true.
I saw that come up and I was like, yeah, I haven't read
Yeah.
Marvel, but what I have seen of it around, I'm like, okay, some of this is pretty out there.
Brilliant. And some
Pretty
of it,
gratuitous, yeah.
yep. The good stuff is amazing. But
Again, yeah.
yep, finding it. Yep. Outsider based off of. I got really excited for a second, and then I realized it wasn't the S.E. Hinton Outsiders.
But that does have a movie, doesn't it? That's quite old. It had
yeah, yep.
I can't think his name. I can see his face. He was
Oh,
in the
gosh.
Pogues Christmas video.
There's a whole bunch of
yeah.
bunch of big names in there.
Yeah.
Also an excellent adaptation.
Ralph Macchio, Patrick
yeah.
Swayze.
Exactly.
See, I didn't
Tom
want to just say
Cruise.
Ralph Macchio and give away my favorite, so I was like leaving it. So I didn't know anybody.
Who was it? Ralph Macchio that played Pony
The
Boy?
Karate Kid.
No. He plays Johnny Cade.
Who played Pony Boy? Do you remember?
C. Curtis.
Oh, C. Thomas Howard?
That
No.
one. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
11 pages is awesome.
Treasury
Treasury
of
of
Tomes.
Tomes?
Don't worry about that. I read only 4 pages.
That's
So you're
hey,
good.
I don't even know how much of this I read, but it really depends on the book you're reading and
It does.
how much you're just savoring your time with it. It's completely fine.
I'm a slow
And-
reader in general, so no shame.
The booktube thing we do where we're like, this is how much I've read, and this is okay. This is a pure booktube thing because let's face it, we're all here because we do read. How much we read isn't important, but we read.
It is though. By the way, Brian, how did you enjoy Last Kingdom? And what are you reading now?
I heard positive response to Last Kingdom.
Yeah, I think that the chat they have is going to be really good because I think it was a grouply. That's not a word. Enjoyed read.
Yes. Collectively enjoyed read.
That's
right?
the word.
There we go. Took me a minute.
It's like it was in there somewhere.
I'm sorry you're not feeling good. Rereading a comic book, that sounds like a really good under the weather
That
read.
sounds kind of fun, actually.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of awesome. Not going to lie. But,
My husband is currently reading the One Piece manga and really having a great time with it.
someone else has just started that. Who's reading that lately?
Ben is a fast reader. I mean,
John. John and John
Yes,
started?
John has just started,
I
yeah.
mean, he's in my Goodreads, so the way he goes through books is like, oh my god, you were reading something else the other day. How fast?
Which is
you
really
Right.
funny because he's very much a slow savor everything reader. He's been going pretty fast through the One Piece mangas because he can't stop reading them, which is a good sign.
Yeah, we all know that feeling when you're
And
just in it.
also, he reads, so physically, he doesn't read very fast, but he listens to audiobooks while he's working.
You can zoom.
So he can get through a lot more. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, I actually like this news, Brian, that you liked it well enough, but not as much as Warlord. Because I need Philip to read Warlord.
Everyone and their mother are reading Wind and Truth. Everyone. I mean, if I
I'm not-
open Goodreads, everyone is like reading Wind and Truth, Wind and Truth, Wind and Truth.
I've never read Sanderson. Not once. Not anything. I genuinely am not driven to.
That's fair.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
There's
I
no
don't know if
hooks in it
I
that
don't know.
call to me.
I was trying to think of like if I were to recommend one to Derry, which one it would be, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
There has been no hooks at all that have made me go, maybe. I just hear about them and go, okay, good for you. Glad people like it. Because, that's cool.
that is impressive. It's a long manga.
But I binged over a 3-month period. Dude, that's some binging.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a lot of volumes.
Yeah.
That's a genuine binge. Because,
I'm stuck right now because my current manga read that I've been obsessed with, Spy Family. I've caught up with everything that's released so far. So now I have to, and the hard part is the volumes 13 and 14 are published, just not in the US yet.
Oh,
So I'm like, anytime.
yeah. You're just chomping at the bit, and you're like,
Yeah.
come on already.
I catching up with the series is kind of the worst, especially if it's in progress. Like, it's so good, but it's also the worst. I binged all of a series called The Primal Hunter in October, 10 books,
Okay.
and now I'm just like, I don't know what to do
Yep.
with my life. Like, I'm like,
Oh, that's how I felt when I finished 7 of Dungeon Crawler Carl. I was like, now what?
yeah,
I need to know. But
Yep.
I've got a couple of long-running series that are still being published by a Kiwi author, actually. She actually does really well. And they're in this sort of paranormal, urban fantasy, romantasy kind of genre. And one series is up to like book 15, and another series is up to book 7, but it's a spin-off series from a series that got to like 21. And I was like, this has been building now for a lot of books, and you've taunted us that this is the next story, and I want it.
Yep.
And she's good. She sends out a newsletter with the dates and covers, and she's like, okay, the cover's been like, okay, we've got a cover. It'll be in a couple of months. And I think in March, she said has been going to be the publishing date. I'm like, oh, very exciting.
I'm hoping that I'll be able to.
Sorry.
No, go for it.
The lack of Mercedes Lackey has been bothering me. This is the series of videos on my channel that I am about to get back to because the life stuff is finally closing off. And Mercedes Lackey's Family Spies series, which is part of the Valdemar series. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful books, particularly for sort of middle grade readers. And yeah, the fact that somebody just randomly mentioned Mercedes Lackey in the chat has just made my day.
My friend Casey is a big fan, Bookishly Bookish. She's a huge fan of Lackey, and she bought me the Herald's trilogy for my birthday this year. So I have it. I will get to it.
So does Evie, because I got it for Evie. You guys could buddy read it. Just saying. Just saying.
I expected to see that in your 25 books to read in 25. I remember you talking about it, and I watched your book haul. But it was
the problem is that if I put every book that I should read in 2025 on the list of books I'm going to read in 2025,
500 books to read in 2025.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I have to read 3.5 books a day to get this list achieved. Yeah.
The manga is very good, by the way.
Nice.
And yeah, I can't. That's why I waited. I'm watching Arcane season 2 right now. I was not going to start it until all the episodes were out. There was no way. I can't do it.
Yeah. Look, Emma's just finished the first Valdemar trilogy this year. Yay! When you say first, I'm interested. Do you mean the Herald ones that were published first? Because the publication order jumps around massively chronologically. So, like over
how many books are
years.
there in Valdemar? Because I feel like I've heard so many titles and following that, and it's in the Valdemar, and I was like, well, how many books?
There are a lot.
Yeah,
and it depends on if you count the anthologies of short stories that are written by more authors than just her. A lot. Yeah. Basically, I do have the number. It's well into the 20s.
Welcome.
And, yeah. But
well, it's all out now, I think, Jen. So we can watch it now. Ben and I are watching it. We're on episode 4, I think, of season 2. I'm not loving it as much as season 1, but that was a pretty high bar for them to hit after season 1.
I plan on watching Arcane soon.
It's so good.
I'm 2 episodes into Arcane season 2. It's good, but there's a certain character that just from season 1 that I just.
You should text me.
You would probably guess it.
I mean, I can, but I don't want to say it on stream because I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, because I haven't seen any of it yet, and I do tend to.
Yeah.
Same, Jen. I feel that. I am hoping, speaking of covers, I'm crossing my fingers if you all can sell prayers and well wishes. I'm hoping that by the end of December I'll be able to drop the cover for Cold Silver. That's my hope. That's my
That's
hope.
exciting.
Yes, I need to finish the draft so that I have that's my reward for finishing the
This is the one that the germ of the idea came with the Christmas Advent short story, yeah?
the fantasy western. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. And I've been chewing my fingernails down to stubs over this cover for like 4 or 5 months because it's so good and I want to share it so badly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
says there are more than a dozen sub-series.
Yeah, this is literally why this is the series of videos I'm doing, to sort of say this is where they all fit, and yeah.
You know, a book
And that
outlet,
is
when
the
I
right
was
one to
seeing,
start with.
there are a couple of messages. I mean, the titles I know, I searched for them, they are not available. There are a couple of Vladimir books only available, which are like in the middle of some sub series. I was like, okay, I can take this because I don't know when I'll get them.
I mean, the publishers have done something really quite lovely over the last few years, where a lot of them, the little trilogies, are now in an omnibus, which is the version I got, Evie, and I'm pretty sure it's probably the one you got, Tori, with the 3 books in one. And they've done that for most of the trilogies in Valdemar. So
I don't know.
And they're quite nice. You know, they're nice looking paperbacks. So
it's in one of the piles.
Tori and Evie, let
Yes.
me know when you are planning to read that. I may join.
it's just lovely. I've said to Evie, sometimes it's just nice. It's nice to read, just nice. Where you go in knowing that the good guys are going to be good guys. And, you know, yeah. Yeah,
Hi,
there's
Mary.
seriously a lot.
Welcome. Thank you for the sub and watching the video.
Yeah, yesterday's video, Tori's video is very good actually.
Thank
very,
you. I worked
mean,
very
it's
hard on it,
structured
so-
very well. Yeah.
I
Thank
would have
you.
watched it, but when I turned on YouTube, you were live already. So, okay, well, I'll do
Join
that
us. Well, thanks for joining us, Mary. Welcome. If you would like to do a reading sprint with us, we're about to do another one. So grab your current read and a comfy chair and tea
Yeah.
or whatever you are drinking.
And I'm feeling actually reasonably invigorated.
Good.
Not enough to keep reading because my brain will go, no, you've done that already today. So I might film. I might go away and actually film some of this Mercedes Lackey series that I have been intending to do since June.
Inspired.
Nice.
Because I
Doug
did
says
all the
that
research.
this is a good place to start.
Yep.
I look forward to watch that because it's very confusing. She wrote a lot.
She has. As I say, as she wrote, it jumps all over the place chronologically. So it's really difficult as a reader who doesn't know to check for publication dates, where to even start. So thus, I did the research 6 months ago, and now I'm going to make the videos.
Nice.
That's exciting.
I'm also I can say, okay, I also want to film. I want to talk more about final architecture and what are my final thoughts.
'Cause you've
Spoiler-free
enjoyed that.
thoughts. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm still thinking about those characters. So I was like, every night I was like, I want to film this tomorrow. I want to film this tomorrow.
You should do it. You should do it.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, I will film for next week tomorrow because my natural light is gone now.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But you guys should definitely film because that would be awesome. Emma is excited for the Valdemar video.
Well, at least one person will watch. So hooray!
Well, and again, for anybody watching, down in the description box below, there are links to all of these people's channels except Katie. So you should go and subscribe.
or join a Discord.
That
and join
is,
a Discord to talk to Katie.
I was gonna say, I think that's just like passive aggressive, like bullying Katie about like, you don't have a channel yet, Katie.
It is.
But
I know it's
we're
fine.
lovely people, and Katie knows that we.
I just want
have a
to add
channel.
that as a caveat for anybody who goes in the description box and is like, "Where's Katie?"
And we didn't ignore her.
This community is all about bullying our friends, to read our favorite books or buddy reader.
Look,
I don't believe. I just
Don't be
get really
precious, it's just
excited
your
when
turn.
someone does it.
Well, there's a reason why talking about how BookTube destroyed my reading is my best performing video to date.
We all know it. We
And
all
you
have
just
felt the
published
feels.
it today.
You
Like
know what?
yesterday.
Yesterday when I watched your video, I'm sorry I did not leave a comment, but I watch every video of yours.
Unsubscribe.
Anyway, I was like, I want to do a reaction video to this.
Do it.
You should.
Please. Absolutely do it.
But yes, so I'm going to head off then. So
right,
because
thank
I
you for
shan't be
joining
joining
us,
in with
Terry.
sprinting. But thank you for a lovely start to my day, and actually
Absolutely.
making me get into the book that I've wanted to read for so long.
Have a good day,
Absolutely.
Derry.
Good luck
So-
with your filming, Derry.
Bye,
Lovely seeing you all.
Bye.
Gary,
Bye.
before we sprint, Katie,
Yes, ma'am.
I demand Griff. Is he there?
Well, I am not at home. I am in an office right
No!
now. So he's not here. He does not come to work with me. So
Boo. I think you should quit your job and find a new job where they allow you to bring your dog to the office.
yeah, because he just behaves himself so well. Yeah, he's a crackhead.
But he's cute, and that's why he's still
He's
alive.
very cute, and he's very much a good boy, and I love him. But he just public is just not our.
He can't behave in public.
His social graces are
no.
not up to par.
He's very much a bull in a china cabinet. Like that's yeah.
Speaking of social graces, Evie, do you want to do a discussion on Northanger Abbey?
I've been waiting for this for what,
I
2
know.
years now?
No, it wasn't that long.
A year and a half, okay? A year and a half.
Yeah. So it might
Wait,
just be you and I, but let's do it.
I was gonna say, did Kay read it?
I don't know. I checked in with her. She hasn't responded yet. Trisha has a new job that she is absolutely swamped with, so I don't know if she'll be able to join us.
I would join if I remember anything, but I don't remember enough.
Anitha just shows up and listens the whole time. I love new fees. New fees are so awesome. That's so cool. Okay, so let's do a 40-minute reading sprint, and then I have a call about 20 minutes after that, so that'll be about perfect.
Cool.
So
Great.
let's
Let's do
do
it.
one more. See you guys on the other side.
Tori is forcing me to read actually.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Sorry, I'm a minute late. I wanted to go back and give some recommendations for kid fantasy. I do have some recommendations. I have a 12, 9, and a 7-year-old children, in case anybody was confused. So Wing Feather Chronicles are really good. There's a new one that I just read, an indie fantasy called The Tenacious Tale of Tana the Tender Sword that I just did that one's in my last wrap up, my November wrap up. Trying to think what else we've been reading. The Artemis Fowl series, that might be a little bit old for like a 5-year-old. And that's the thing, like what I would recommend for the 10-year-old is going to be drastically different than what I would recommend for a 5-year-old. But if you're already reading Harry Potter and Series of Unfortunate Events, I feel like any of those would be totally fine. Trying to think what else my son's been reading. The Prydain Chronicles I have not read, but I have a friend who has read those with his kids and really enjoyed them. Trying to think what else. Deltora Quest, my son is reading. Anything Redwall. If you haven't read Redwall with your kids yet, that's like the number one fantasy recommendation I usually give to people. Yeah, awesome. Lots of good recommendations in the comments too. Mary got to page 39 with Shadow Demons by Sarah Cannon. Nice. That's awesome. How'd your reading go, guys? Katie, how'd your reading go?
Well, I've totally been reading this whole time, so you know.
I figured.
Went well.
Anita, how did your did my instructions help?
Very much.
Oh, good. Awesome. I'm glad.
I read a few words.
Good.
Thank you for clear instructions. Till now, all these years, I was so confused how people do it.
You're
I
welcome.
finally know how to read.
I'm here to help.
I'm so proud.
That's awesome. And there are so many of them. And one of the things that's cool about Brian Jakes, the author of Redwall, is that he uses a very similar plot structure for all of his books, but it works every time. And you want to read all of them. They're so good. They're so good. So yeah, if you've just gotten started in Redwall, that is awesome. Keep going. Finished Eileen. Nice. We love finishing books. Shad offers his congratulations, Anitha.
Thank you, Shad.
Listened to half an hour of Wyndham Truth. Nice. How are you liking it, Shad? I want to check out Brandon Sanderson's Alcatraz series because that one really sounds interesting to me. I think that would be a good one. But yeah, I answered some comments, which I needed to catch up on. I'm about a quarter of the way through the comments from today. And yeah, but it's good. And one of the things that I really appreciate about BookTube in general is that when people comment on videos, they're almost always very thoughtful, like in-depth comments, and people really like have cool insights into things that they're doing or books that they've read, and I appreciate that. So it's fun to like, I feel like I've actually gotten to know people in my comments because they leave me more than a like there's a lot of discussion that happens in BookTube comments, which is cool. So, and I love seeing like by the time I get to a comment that like 3 other people have already like commented back and said something, and it's very cool. So I love that. Jen is almost done with the Dead Zone. Then she can start Wind and Truth. That's awesome. The Arithmetist is, yes, that's another one that Sanderson wrote that's middle grade that I've heard good things about. The prologue was awesome. Love to hear that.
Hour and a half of a prologue.
It's, I have to say though, currently reading Malazan, I can't say anything about long chapters or prologues because
Yeah,
it's not the
things actually
same.
happen in Malazan books is the difference.
That's true.
That's such a shade. Everyone is so hyped for Wind and Truth. I don't
I
think this is
know.
the good timing for our opinions, Katie.
That's
But I
okay.
agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm glad that everybody's really like I was checking out at Barnes and Noble this morning with my Jane Austen book, and the guy ahead of me was getting a hardcover copy of Wind and Truth, and he was so excited about it. And I love that. Like,
That's
I don't
awesome.
care.
Yeah, I know.
I
Excited about
love
books is great.
seeing
Yeah.
people excited about reading. That just makes me very
Same.
happy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I am
absolutely.
very happy for most of my friends.
Yeah.
We're just the little curmudgeons over in the corner.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean,
Shad, we love the lurkers too.
I'm not trying to deter anyone, Jen. All right, I'm not trying to deter anyone at all. You read what makes you happy, and
Please,
that's
please
wonderful.
read Wind and Truth and
Yeah.
enjoy it for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. I just not Wave Kings wasn't my cup of tea, but that's
That's
okay.
That's okay. I got through a little bit more of Dead House Gates, and I had to put in a new tab color for things that are making me laugh because
Always good fun.
yeah, I just laughed out loud at one point, and I'm having, like, I loved this book the first time I read it, but I think I'm able to, because I'm older and have a lot more life experience and epic fantasy experience under my belt with this reread, I feel like I'm enjoying it way more, and I'm able to get a lot more out of it as opposed to just the one storyline that really got me the first time. So I'm having a great time.
how long is that book?
This
Very
one
long.
is, well, it depends on the version, but this one is 678
That's
pages.
it. That's it.
Yeah, and
I can't
honestly,
read the trades. I can't do it.
the text isn't that bad, to be honest. It's really not
That's
that bad.
different. Okay, that's different than the one that I have. The trade that I have is terrible.
That's
It's
probably
like,
because you have the
yeah.
newer
I think so.
Amazon knockoff version, probably.
Yeah, probably.
This is like the older,
yeah.
like,
And the
printed.
text is like you like gotta get a microscope out, and by the time you finish the page, you've been reading for an hour, and I just can't do it.
No, I
So,
can't do that either.
I
Well,
had to
that's like,
buy a
I should
mass
show you
market.
guys. I ordered a copy of Jane Austen's Persuasion off of Amazon because I liked the cover. It was very simple and I liked it, right?
Mhm.
And I got it, and it's
What
this big, and I'm like,
It's abridged. Definitely abridged.
no, but look at this.
Oh my gosh.
I can't read this. Like, I'm
Yeah.
blind. So I'm not keeping this, clearly. But yeah, I was like, how is anyone supposed to read that? See you later, Hop. Thanks for joining us. I do like short chapters, and also I like Malazan, so those two things don't
I agree with you.
go together.
I like short chapters. Yes, it makes us feel achieved. Actually, this stupid guys, you won't believe. I am more than 100 pages into this book. Do you know which chapter I am in?
Like
Chapter
3,
4.
4. Mm-hmm.
Just
Well,
title 4.
let's
That's it.
see. I'm in chapter 9 at page 247, which is actually pretty good for Stephen Erickson. But I know one of his later books in the series has like 180 some page chapter. I can't remember which book it is. I guess Toll the Hounds, maybe. Mary says, normally I get hyper focused on comments. I love reading comments on other people's channels too. Like, I go in and I
Me too.
comment on other people's stuff. I love reading the discussions. It's
I
kind of
read.
like a
I
forum.
not only watched Tori's video, I read all comments, but I did not leave the comment. I'm so lazy.
I can't believe it, Anitha.
No, I mean the all the things I want to tell, I can't fit it in the form of comment.
Yeah.
So much going on in my head. My brain is so cluttered these days. It's garbage full of so many thoughts and opinions. That's why my reading is also slow because it's full. I need
Yeah.
to empty it.
You should start bullet journaling.
There you go.
Get it
I
down on paper.
I do have a notebook, but I never did journaling.
Well, I'm going to be doing some videos on it now. I'm very excited about it. I'm so glad you joined us, Mary. I hope this was a good sprint for you.
Yeah.
Whoopi Carr. I'm not sure I know who
I'm
that
seeing
is.
so many new names actually.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Bifocals. I would need glasses to read that book. Like I've had 20/20 vision my entire life. I am pretty darn sure I no longer have 20/20 vision. Which is I've been procrastinating going to the eye doctor because I've had glasses before and I hate having my world like made smaller, so I never wore them. So I'm afraid that he's going to be like, you need glasses, and I'll be like, no.
Yes, Shad. I can see that. I need to reset.
There you go.
I,
Katie.
uh, I, s- I study nuclear engineering, so I'm working on my PhD. So,
She's
yeah.
really
That's why
smart.
she's nuclear Katie.
Yeah, that would be my YouTube tag is nuclear Katie. Not that I have a YouTube channel, but yeah, that's what I got deemed around the community. So I think that came from Alan actually.
Yeah, it's an apt name.
Yeah.
That's where I've heard it before. That's right. I have heard that name before. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining. Well, I hope you can come and hang out with us again. I'm hoping to do more reading sprints now that I've kind of figured out the Restream platform. I think we're vibing okay. So everything's working. It's always a good sign. Doug says his only superpower is that if he takes his glasses off, he can get very close to things. Yeah. Very cool. I'm in tech. Nice.
Nice.
All right, guys. Well, that is all from me for this evening. Once again, check out the description box for links to these lovely people's channels that have been on this evening.
Not the
And
Katie though.
not Katie's, though. Hey, that was Anitha that time. I was going to leave it off. So, Britain, the reason everybody's going to Restream is because StreamYard almost doubled their monthly
Membership
fee.
price.
Yeah, which was ridiculous. And we have they didn't offer any other options, so they basically were trying to force everybody to pay them almost double per month what we were, which was not very nice. So we're all trying different options. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you had some awesome productivity time, whether you were reading or working on some other stuff. And I look forward to seeing all of your lovely faces in the next video.
Nice to meet you all.